We just saw what? Hackers steal $600 million from a blockchain network that's connected to Axie Infinity. That's, a very large crypto that's, play to earn, play to play, or earn to play, whatever, so you could play their video games and earn money doing it, right? So it's a different model. Also NFTs, metaverse tied into a lot of that. Very, very popular name, very volatile name, but $600 million from a blockchain network that's connected to Axie Infinity got stolen. So it took place. This is what's scary, Daniel. It took place a week ago before being discovered.
Yeah.
Now, the blockchain was not hacked. Because we say, blockchain, the blockchain wasn't hacked. It's the bridge, this bridge, which is hooked up to Axie Infinity. It's basically software that lets people convert tokens into ones that could be used on another network. And a lot of times, those are the things that aren't monitored. So if you want to put the $600 million hack in perspective, Mt. Gox was the biggest ever. Everybody talks about it. They made movies about it. That was $470 million. Different market. It's a $2 trillion market, so you're seeing a lot of money. But now you're seeing the risks, right, of crypto. And we've seen hacks, and most of the time, a lot of these, the majority of the really good names are fine. But you're always going to hear about the hacks, and this is a large hack. But this is why Biden's executive order is massive. So if institutions, which are managing other people's money, Daniel, like State Street, Fidelity, BlackRock, right, if they decided to say, hey, you know what, we're going to get into whatever crypto name and that money gets stolen, they would be required to pay out that entire claim. I'm not even talking about getting sued or anything. Since they got into crypto, or that, which is a security, basically, it will be deemed a security, without having the proper due diligence. Due diligence that's usually done by the SEC, FTC, whoever, to make sure investors' rights are protected. That's why they need the box checked off. That's why they need the box checked off. That's why when Biden says, okay, we are going to regulate, that gives them the okay to invest in certain things right now, even in the early stages. Where if you don't hear that, they're like, we don't know if they're going to deem everything a security right away, or if the U.S. is just going to say, we don't want cryptos, whether it's Russia or China or whatever. This is why you need a little bit of framework in place. This needs to be prevented. If not, you can't lose your money and you can't find it. Those guys lost them. Where is it? Who knows? How do you steal $600 million and not find that? Where's that guy who's going to put $600 million? I don't get it. It's black market and stuff. But
well, the last I read, the guys shared a screenshot on the wallet it was holding. Now, I don't know if they knew. Obviously, they don't know, in my opinion, who's behind it or where it's going. Can they get it back? They were working with some other, on-chain or security type firms to help track that and things. Yeah, that's a crazy risk. I don't know how the executive order is going to help that. I mean, they're trying to be safer and things like that. But
well, these are software tied in, right? Which you say, okay, the blockchain, fine, you have records of everything, but this is like a software attached to Axie Infinity that makes it easier for people to basically use their token and transfer their token to other tokens, and that's what needs to be monitored. Stuff like that needs to be monitored. You need that, and remember, this is a very popular name, Axie Infinity. This is a name that's in our portfolio, and it fell 6%, still at 15% for the week, right? So it didn't get hit too hard. It's a software thing on side that's working with their network, but seeing this money, get hacked and get stolen, it's a concern. This is, if you really want the masses to come in, which, again, all the innovations taking place here, whether it's DeFi, security tokens, NFTs, metaverse, this is where it's taking place. You need some kind of regulatory structure, which I know the crypto diehards hate. I get it, and I understand why you hate it. But if you really want Bitcoin to go to 100,000, 250,000, I said this in past podcasts, you need trillions of dollars to come into this industry from institutions. And it's trillions. They have 250 trillion assets under management. We're looking at just 1%. It's trillions of dollars coming into this industry, which is just a $2 trillion industry. So if you really want this thing to explode and all people getting in and scale it, you need this. You need the framework. That's why it's a big deal. Hopefully we can avoid things like this, because most cryptos are safe. I mean, I shouldn't say most cryptos, but the top 100 or 200. I mean, these are great places are the biggest innovative trends, but you need that framework in place. It's important to prevent a lot of this crap. It's almost like a Tesla, right, Daniel, where cars crash all the time, but Tesla crash, you hear it every place. You hear it everywhere. They crash, it's on fire, they can't put out the fire. You just hear these one and done, but that's what you're going to hear, just like you're going to hear if it's autonomous driving. Maybe somebody runs into that car.
Bad idea.
And they're going to go crazy. And they're going to say, this car's autonomous, you got an accident, one accident. That's how these things work. So you need some kind of framework in place. You need to know that these things are safe. You need safety checks because the way the media runs right now, runs with some of these stories is absolutely crazy. And you want to make sure you know all the facts before you're investing in an industry, a stock, a sector like crypto. Most cryptos that I'm invested in are safe. They are on blockchain, obviously, and big investors backing them. And we've seen incredible gains on these names. These aren't like garbage, crappy tokens, but you do have to be careful. It needs to be a framework in place. But again, I know you're not really sold on the Biden executive order, bringing in more money and stuff, but what do you think about the hack? And I mean, does this discourage you from investing in cryptos?
No, it doesn't discourage me on that. It is a worrisome. It's interesting to me on the prices really haven't moved. Axie Infinity, I mean, pulled back, but nothing to where I would point to the chart and say, oh, something big must have happened there. Bitcoin and Ethereum were fine. It's a wait and see at this moment. I don't know how they're going to track it. I'll have to kind of read up further on it as this unfolds to see, is the company going to kind of pare the losses? I doubt that they have $500, $600 million in reserves sitting around. Are people just going to eat that? There's too much to unfold. I mean, it does make you worry, but no, it's not enough to. You have fraud and stuff everywhere, so I'm not worried about the space in general because there's fraud everywhere. It is a bummer on how sophisticated the amount is. Just crazy. I mean, that's a 500, 600, whatever it was
in a week to find out.
In a week, yeah. I mean, that's not good. So I don't want to sugarcoat that, but obviously you're going to have other players, competitors in the space, hopefully take that, run with it, beef up security, be looking at that. Yeah, I mean, there's risk to everything, but no, it wouldn't. In short, it wouldn't keep me from the entire space. No.
Yeah, and crypto is on fire right now. You're seeing a lot of Bitcoin being bought to back the stable coins. Again, I think a lot has to do with that Biden executive order, with that money coming in, because it could have came in whenever, and it's not a coincidence that all these things with Goldman Sachs and these announcements are coming in the past couple of weeks after that. But when it comes to crypto, more bullish than ever. And this is why it's important to really make sure those regulations are in place. And I'm hoping and praying that it's not overregulated.